it! Oh, I said knock it off.
You can't have weapons at school, lady. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. My name is Brandon, and I am a school principal from the U.S. state of Georgia. I am doing another SpongeBob today, and this one is another one that has been recommended by the viewers quite a bit. This one is called Teacher's Pests. I don't know anything about it. I see just from this little still frame here, Mr. Krabs and Plankton there in Mrs. Puff's boating school. Once again, featuring Mrs. Puff's boating school. Don't know anything other than that, other than you guys have recommended it. So keep those recommendations coming. I really love reading those and checking those out. Also, a reminder, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it. All right. I don't know why I love this little tune.
Who needs a bathroom when...
I didn't know Mr. Krabs shaved, but okay.
They can shave and drive to work at the same...
Shaving and driving. I didn't know that's it. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
time.
Also, I should mention, I noticed right before I started to play this is from season 11 of SpongeBob. And I know sometimes shows change drastically from the beginning to the end, just in the general style of how they do it. And the previous episode that I've watched, or the last couple, have been from early on in SpongeBob. This one is the second to last season. So right away, it seems way more zany than usual. And you've got Plankton driving a tank here. I'm not sure what's about to happen. Let's see. Okay.
Watch where you're going, you minuscule maniac!
I'm guessing this little incident gets them sent to boating school. I didn't know you could drive a tank underwater.
Get bed, Krabs!
Uh-oh.
Oh! You maniac! Out of my way, you fool!
Ice. His one eyeball got messed up. It's not even been a minute or so, and this thing is way zanier, I see, than some of the other ones I've done. At least that's the way it seems. Here we go. I was just waiting for this police to show up.
This no traffic school.
Yeah, I think if in real life that happened, there was a huge pileup, they'd get a little bit more than traffic school. But here we are. Let's see how they do in Mrs. Puff's boating school.
You cause a little 300-pound pileup and they send you to boating school. Oh, well, better make the most of it and grab the best desk.
Okay.
Easy with that hiney.
You know, I saw that on The Simpsons also. Somebody put a tack in a chair. Never actually seen it in real life in school. That would be a pretty serious deal if that happened, because you can get hurt off that. But I've never actually seen it happen in a real school.
Eugene, this is my desk. You want that desk? You can have it.
And all the desks are empty, and they're fighting over that one. And fighting over a seat, that does happen in school. Hey, this is my seat. No, it's mine. Or they want to sit beside a particular person and two people are fighting over it. Again, one of the reasons that teachers typically create seating charts so that these sort of fights don't happen.
I'll just take this one. Oh, you want me to take this garbage desk so you can grab that prime seat and get all the teachers' attention?
Tricking
well,
them.
Forget it. That one's mine. one's mine. And this one.
I thought Mr. Krabs was being clever and trying to trick him, but they're both just so... They both hate each other so much, I guess whichever one wants, the other one also wants, just out of spite.
It's mine. This one's mine. No, it's mine. Mine.
And as crazy as this is, I have seen something similar happen. I mean, not with the busting up of chairs, but a student will say, "Oh, I'm sitting here." And they don't really want to sit there. They just want to get at someone else who usually sits there or wants to sit beside someone, and they just want to cause a problem. I have seen that before. Here's Mrs. Puff.
My classroom. Stop!
Ooh, sorry, cutie.
Suck up.
Oh, it's on.
Oh, bring it.
Oh, I said knock it off.
She's okay. So she's got brass knuckles there, and she slid it on her finger like it's nothing. Okay, where to start? First of all, if Mr. Krabs and Plankton were real students in real life and they destroyed some desks, that would be an out-of-school suspension. And let's talk about, do they need to go to some sort of alternative program? Do we need to have a disciplinary hearing or tribunal? That's pretty serious. And then the Mrs. Puff here, you can't have weapons at school, lady. You just can't do it. I did, not going to name any names, but at a previous high school, there was, it was in the early days of school intruders and things like that, probably about 10 years ago, when school safety started to become more and more in the spotlight. And a lady, I can't remember what happened, but something sort of minor happened recently, and the teacher asked the principal, I was an assistant principal at the time. She said, it's okay if I bring bear spray to school, right? No, you cannot do that. You can't do that. You just can't have weapons at school. The brass knuckles, yeah, it just doesn't work like that.
Now don't make me get rough.
Brass knuckles.
I guess by season 11 of SpongeBob, Mrs. Puff has had enough and has really gotten kind of dark here. But we'll see. But then again, they were threatening to fight each other, but you can't have weapons at school. Now, there are specific school districts out there in the U.S. that, believe it or not, do allow their staff members to be armed, certain ones of them, and they have to go through special training. I've never been in a district that does that, but I know those do exist.
Huh? Respect.
Now, just settle down and watch this movie on driving safety.
Oh, yes, the freedom of the open road, the feeling of the wind in your hair and the sun on your shoulders. Yes, there's nothing like driving. But when you don't follow the rules, driving can become deadly.
Wow.
From cruising down the highway to parallel parking.
Is that SpongeBob? Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
You don't want to be a SpongeBob.
Oh, that's me.
Can you imagine watching, a little training video or educational video and you're in it and they're talking about you and saying, don't be like, this person. Don't be like SpongeBob. Yeah, that would be a problem,
Simple
prisoners.
rules. Number one, always remember to check your mirrors.
Uh-oh.
Hey, cool camera. Can I see?
He comes
Sorry, I'm late.
He comes through the screen, out of the training video, and into the classroom in real life. That's pretty funny.
SpongeBob, I told you before, use the door!
Not the
Sorry,
training
Mrs.
film.
Puff. I was so excited for class, I must have forgot.
Just clean this place up. I need to call my therapist.
She rolls herself out of the classroom and kind of through the wall. Now it's going to happen.
This is so great having you in class with me, Mr. Krabs. Because now you're not only my boss, you're also my classmate. And,
Yeah.
dare I say it, my best friend. What?
So it seems very familiar. One of the recent episodes I did was boating buddies. Instead of Mr. Krabs, it was Squidward, who had to go to boating school with SpongeBob, and he hated every second of it. So this one looks kind of similar so far.
Make that two best
Plankton.
friends.
Get off!
Oh, I think someone is nervous about being the new kid in class. Well, don't worry. I'll show you all the ropes. Did you know that every time you do something good,
Good noodle
Mrs.
stars.
Puff gives you a star sticker?
Stickers? I'm an adult. I don't care about stickers.
Yeah, me neither. No matter how cool and shiny they are.
And I remember one of the first SpongeBob episodes I reviewed or reacted to that was Student Starfish that focused on these good noodle stars. It's pretty funny.
Okay, they have so many stars. Puff will have to be living aboard.
Forget it, Eugene. I am going to be the star pupil.
Okay, so first they don't care. Now they both want to outdo each other and be the star student. And not even because they want to, but because they hate each other so much, I guess. And, you know, I've seen something similar before. Students who, 2 students or 3 or a small group that just want to outdo each other, and they do well, but they do well not because they want to or want something out of it. They just want to, you know, beat someone else or be competitive. It's not the best situation, but I guess it's better than them not learning at all.
Prescription is for the megadose, right?
Make a dose.
Oh, thank you, doctor. Now,
And that's another sort of touchy subject. I mean, teachers, just like anybody else, they do take medication. And I have heard of teachers taking medication for things like this. So, but you have to make sure that it's not going to impact your judgment or impact your ability to work. That's a very serious deal. I have seen teachers sort of get in trouble for that. Because they're taking things that, even though they're prescribed and 100% legal, they impact their ability to do their job, which becomes a problem. I have seen that happen before.
if everyone will turn to page 20 in their driving manuals. What's this?
Oh, nothing. I just thought you could use a little snack.
There's the apple
Winky-diddly.
again.
Why, thank you. You get a star.
So many things wrong with this. So at first I thought Plankton was trying to like lace it with something to get out of boating school, but no. And the apple again, I don't know where it comes from. Traditionally associated with education, and then he gets a star for giving her something. That's not good. The stars or whatever incentive you give out is supposed to be for doing something positive. What I mean is, you know, getting good grades, completing assignments, maybe good attendance, not getting any write-ups. Those are things that schools commonly give incentives for. Giving the teacher gifts, nah, at least it shouldn't be that way.
Oh, is someone hungry? Ta-da!
Oh, a grapefruit and a star for you.
Not good,
How
Mrs.
about
Puff.
some melon?
All right, boys, enough with the
Those stickers!
And again, I don't think they care about Mrs. Puff that much. They just hate each other so much that they want to outdo each other. And, you know, as a teacher, it's okay to accept gifts. You know, it's around Christmas time right now. People are doing that. The last day of the semester, you know, various people were carrying around little bags to give to teachers, and teachers to give to each other, and teachers to give to students. Everybody was giving each other stuff. And that's okay. But you shouldn't be, you know, giving a student something in return, like some sort of recognition for giving you a gift. You know, that's not right.
Forget it, Krabs. They're mine.
My goodness.
I'm through wasting time here. Straight from the source.
Apple seeds. So gross. That's so gross. But he grew a tree inside of her to try and outdo Mr. Krabs. That's kind of disgusting though.
Enough!
Oh, but I want more shiny stars.
No, I do!
You want stars? I'll give you stars.
Oh no. Nobody. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a firing and an arrest probably. If it were in real life.
Beautiful stars.
Oh, I want some.
Give me those.
Yeah, and this makes me think of the Mrs. Puff You're Fired episode where Mrs. Puff gets fired because SpongeBob fails so many times. And I think I mentioned it there. Teachers in general do not get fired for a particular, especially one student who fails over and over again. Now, there's going to be some questions and some meetings and some actions taken, but this one student fails and you're fired. No. Now, if you whack a student, yeah, that's you're gone at that point.
When driving, it's important to be aware of everything around you. That's why we have mirrors. And that's why it's important to constantly check our mirrors like this.
Okay. So far, so good.
What?
Is this SpongeBob or Tom and Jerry who are whacking each other?
What's going on?
Mrs. Puff, the two new students are...
Nothing's going on.
We swear.
Welcome to...
Yeah, and bringing weapons to school, that's a big problem. That'd get them expelled or suspended depending on what it was and the circumstances there.
the test track. Now, I want you all to pull out slowly and carefully. Understand?
Slowly and carefully.
Booster
Got it.
seat. Uh-oh. This is going nowhere good. I think maybe Mrs. Puff has a new worst student, but let's see.
Now don't.
Same thing.
Now these are my last votes, and if you wreck them, none of you will pass my class. I can't believe I'm saying this, but be more like SpongeBob.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. SpongeBob doesn't seem so bad now that they're doing just way worse because they hate each other so much.
He hasn't acted out once.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Puff, that's the nicest thing you ever said about me.
SpongeBob, the parking brake!
Uh-oh.
Yes! Come back, boat!
Okay. Oh, I'm like, what is that, bullets? No, it's stones.
Stop! Stop! I'm gonna lose my teacher's license.
Interesting. She says, I'm going to lose my teacher's license. Yeah, that is a thing. So how does that happen? Well, every state's different. It's the state that issues the teaching license. Some countries outside the U.S. do it by country. In other words, you have one teaching license for the entire country. In the U.S., it's different. Every single state has their own teaching licenses. So here in the state of Georgia, they have their own. And if you go to another state and want to teach, some states, depending on their agreements between the states, will give you the teaching license from their states called reciprocity. But in general, yes, you can lose your teaching license, especially if you break the code of ethics. That's kind of the main way. If you do something unethical that's against the code of ethics, you can be reported for that, and there's an investigation, and you can lose your teaching license. That is true.
I'm the #1 driver.
Well, good for you, Plankton.
Don't congratulate him, SpongeBob.
Mr. Krabs' classmates support each other, and he just said he's #1.
Oh, yeah? Then let's see him do this.
What's he doing?
That's easy.
What?
Come down from there right now.
Never! Top of the world!
They're deranged.
Uh-oh.
That's it. You both fail.
Yeah, I think at that point, they've already wrecked like 3 times. Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
Oh, come on! Don't we at least deserve some credit for not getting hurt? I mean, that was crazy dangerous.
Yeah.
It was.
Hey guys, I finished that.
So he barely taps their boat and causes a nuclear explosion or something.
What happened?
Mr. Plankton, you were in a horrible boat accident. It's a miracle that you're alive. However, there were some complications.
Complications? What complications?
Well, there
I know
was
where
some
this is going.
confusion on what body parts went where.
Yeah.
Hey, what's all the screaming up there? Forget
Oh,
class. Now we can be
that's
together
weird.
forever.
Yeah, so that was kind of a weird ending, but I can see this is season 11, and I think the last couple of episodes were from season 1 or 2. Very different, much zanier, much a little bit grosser. Overall, still very funny in classic SpongeBob style. I really liked this one. Some things to talk about as far as Mrs. Puff, and yeah, you can't have brass knuckles at school. You can't whack students with trees, and then there's all sorts of things wrong here. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed it. It was pretty silly, pretty funny, and enjoyable as well. Thank you all for recommending this one. Keep the recommendations coming. Let me know which SpongeBob episode you'd like me to do next. I have also been reading all of your other comments recommending other series. I may create a poll again to see which has the most interest, and that's the one I'll do. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.